Hey guys! So the first thing I wanted to do was say a massive thank you to BriansPseudonym, TheMissingSignal, AbsoluteTwoddle, and pentavlog, and pappytube, and everyone else that I've missed out on. I love you guys, and you rock, and you're awesome, and they'll be linked in the video. This is a bit of a response to BriansPseudonym video. I was weird right from the start. When I was born, they looked at me and they went, "That's weird." I'm not joking, the nurse fully freaked out. But I was actually born without my mother's water breaking, so she gave birth to a child inside the embryonic sac, which according to sailors' legends means that I cannot ever drown, but I do not wish to test this theory. Let's give this one to Mythbusters. It spit over my eye. I am a robot. Anywho, I remember being told by my grandmother one time, she just came up to me, she's like, "I'm so glad you have friends these days." And I was like, "Yeah, me too. Why?" She's like, "I was really worried you were going to be a loner for the rest of your life." Thanks, Gran. I went through a phase of being a bit of a goth back before emos existed. Ooh. Do you guys like my mini hat? Tiny little hat. Could definitely be a vampire. It's like I've got weird little ear things happening. Okay, let's just go with that. And even though I wouldn't consider myself a goth or an emo anymore, I must say I do still find myself strangely attracted to both gothic and emo guys. Nerdy Punch is like, "Ah, my hand!" I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I got ears. They're black. They're back. With feathers, with feathers, with feathers. My ears are black with feathers. That's a little twisted. I do collect strange, obscure soft toys. I have this obsession with dugong, in the sense that I would love to hug one. And I know that they're really kind of not that good looking. They got scary little faces and they're kind of like the cows of the sea. I saved up for ages and I bought myself a stuffed toy dugong, which I named Barbara. Barbara, manatee, 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 you're the one for me, one for me, one for me. Sent from up above, up above, up above. You're the one I love, one I love, one I love. Barbara, manatee, manatee, manatee. And it just keeps going in that kind of peculiar fashion. I really am digging this double hair thing. But I had to try out this selective class, and I remember sitting there with this sense of impending doom, because every single person who got up in front of me was just like, "I want to talk about inspiration and how important it is." And then one kid got up and talked about Warhammer, and I was like, "Oh my god, you're the coolest guy ever!" Because, you know, at that stage I did collect Warhammer. So I get up there and I do my speech. And I finished my speech and everyone in the class is like this. Except for a few kids who are like this. Because my speech was on my dream, what I wanted to achieve with my life. And that was I was going to be an ecologically sustainable farmer who uses holistic farm management and organic practices. This is fun. And they also had this book in the library. It was big. It was like bigger than my head. It was about sustainable farming practices and holistic farm management. I don't know who convinced the school to buy it, but they bought 2 copies of it. And by the time I left that school, I was the only one to have ever borrowed it from the library, and I had borrowed each copy 3 times. Actually, in primary school, I was on first name terms with the librarian. I like books. I also like heavy metal music, but that's a different thing. So they tried to sign me up to this reading challenge thing. You had to read all the books on the list. And I got the list, and I was like, I can't do this challenge, because you weren't allowed to read any book you'd already read. And the librarian's like, "Why?" I'm like, "I have read every single book on this list. Twice. Twice. I mean, let's not just forget the most obvious sign of weirdness. Here I am, sitting in the attic, talking to a camera, and uploading this to the internet. Links below, do stuff, comment, rate, subscribe, be cool people. Thumbs up. I'm working on a big project at the moment because I am a massive fan of Glee. And most of you won't know, but there is a competition in Australia at the moment to win a walk-on role in Glee, plus, you know, trip to America and all of that stuff. So I'll be working on that video for the next week because it is due on Monday next week. I've got just a bit of a week to do it. And hopefully when I'm finished with that, I'll upload it. And you guys will get to see my entry. And I will see you later.